I think it's time for all of us to take a break from all the stuff we face in our day-to-day lives. Hence, the reason for the Break Room team. Our goal is to provide a place for you to hang out and listen to the break room conversations where you can just be and take a load off for a while. So, on behalf of all of us at KMmedia.pro, we welcome you to the Break Room team. And welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Kevin McDonald, and you're listening to KMmedia.pro and the Break Room team. And our guest today, and I'm hoping we've been having a few connection issues, so I'm hoping that we're all fixed and settled now. Mario Quinones, and say your last name for me, Mario.
Revolori.
Revolori? I'm sorry. I'm challenged that way.
That's good. That's great.
Okay. So, Mario, it's great to have you here. And your story that we're going to talk about today really is quite unique and quite amazing. First of all, let me ask you, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, except my voice is a little bit off right now, but that happens all the time since I had that accident.
I know it's you have made a remarkable recovery from everything you've gone through, and including being in a coma for 15 days and being poisoned and then trying to figure out how all that happened and stuff. So I'm glad you're feeling okay today.
Thank you so much.
So tell us your story a little bit. I don't want to steal your thunder.
Yeah, certainly. I'll try my best to do it. Okay. It was 2016. About I think it was June 2016. My friend and producer at that time was getting jobs for me in an entertainment industry, and all of a sudden, like within 3-4 months, he started to threaten me, and I say, "Why my friends doing that?" Then on the 18th of December, someone broke into my house and poisoned me, and I ended up in a coma at a hospital in Inglewood, California, and for 17 days, and that's what happened. When he threatened me, he told me he was gonna kill me because God told him that he needed to do it because he used to talk to God himself, and God was telling him that I was gonna die in a hospital room, and he did that from June 2016 to December 18th, 2016.
Why do you think he did that to you? Do you know? Other than God talking to him, which is a little strange in itself, but do you know why?
He told me that some relatives needed me to fall on my knees and ask them to forgive me. The reason I don't know, but he told me mention one of my brothers I mean, so what I can get and I can guess is that someone paid him to kill me.
Now, was anybody charged in your case? Did anybody have to go to jail?
Yes, the hitman himself. He got caught when I was in the hospital, and he's serving life in prison.
Oh wow! So he got life in prison for trying to kill you.
Yeah, for that and many other reasons. Because remember, he was a computer breaker, hacker, and impersonator. Because he impersonated my friend, the one from Hollywood, in order to get to me.
I am I am so sorry that that happened to you. Because in our previous discussion, you seem like a very nice man that wouldn't harm a fly. It's and your kids love you, and you have a and I hope that you're feeling better, a little bit better every day. Are
Oh,
you?
certainly, I do, but at times it hits me so bad, depression and everything. After all I went through, and my voice hasn't come back 100% yet, and then I get vertigo, very deadly vertigo. Sometimes I fall down almost, and have to be holding on the walls at times, and so that depresses me a lot. And among other things. But other than that, I'm a very spiritual person, and I don't hold any grudge to nobody, not even the guy. My dream is. I told him my dream is when he got caught, because the FBI caught him because they charged him as a terrorist too, because he came all the way from India to kill me.
Again, it just boggles my mind that that he would come all the way from India. You don't seem like a very difficult person to get along with. Did you have like a lot of insurance money or something?
No, nothing. No money whatsoever. It was just a hate. Someone hated me so bad that he paid the big bucks for him to come over here because he did it for 5 months. He got gaslighted me for 5 months, all the way from India. He did it from New York. He did it from Chicago. He did it from LA. He did it from Frankfurt, Germany, and he did it from India.
Wow. Wow, that's a shame. Now, don't you have some information that somehow your family was involved?
Yeah, apparently at a hospital when I was in a coma, I overheard my brother, one of my brothers, that was visiting me that he is a potential connection. But I don't know. I cannot point fingers on him. It's just a little tips.
Now, do you have a good relationship with your family still, or is that kind of on
No,
the
no, no, no. I don't have any relationship with my family. No.
that is so sad that all of that has gone down for you. But you're looking up. You're going now. Let's talk about you and your professional career. What did you do before you were poisoned?
I was a talent manager.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
did you have any famous clients that we can talk about?
Emma, yes, sir. My own son, Tony
Oh,
Revolori. Yeah, I was representing my son, Tony Revolori. He is the kid that plays Flash Thomson in Spiderman, the last three movies.
oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yes. Yes.
That's really cool. Now, are you still being able to represent him at all?
No, not anymore. No, he has a very famous talent agency. Management company and the talent agency. But I'm not involved with him anymore.
Oh, very good. But you and him are still communicating, right?
Yes, we still do. Mhm.
Yeah, that is so good. And so, how old was he when he went into acting? Did you encourage him to go into acting?
Actually, I did because I was an actor myself. Frustrated actor, but I was an actor. I did a few things in the past, and actually, they didn't even know that I was doing it. When he was about 2 or 3 years old, I was into acting. My ex-wife at that time didn't know that I was doing it, and then all of a sudden, I got a big commercial, and it comes on TV, both in Spanish and the English markets, almost all the channels, and they come to me and they say, Mario, there's a guy that looks just like you. And then I go, wow. And then finally they found out that what's really me. And they say, what the hell is going on? And I tricked them. And from that moment, my sons were like 3, 4, 5 years old and they wanted to do it. And so I gave him a try and then I coached them. I did everything. I represented them. I submitted for them. And actually, I did the whole thing and I hit that jackpot because my son got a role. One of them got a role, the biggest one, in 2014. playing the leading role in a movie called The Grand Budapest Hotel that went on and it won the three Oscars. And
Yes, it did. It was that was a big deal.
yeah, my son was the lead role, the little boy. He was 15 at that time.
Oh wow. Oh wow. And then he grew up and he got the role of a lifetime.
Yeah, actually, right now he has a big role. That remember that movie called Willow, the little guy. They are doing a TV series, and he's one of the leading roles in that one too.
Oh, good for him. Is that airing now?
It's gonna air in 2022. I don't know if it is already airing, but they already have 4 episodes because it's done by Disney, the Disney Channel.
Oh wow. So then that's because there was a movie called Willow.
Yeah, based on that movie, they are doing the TV show, and the little guy the little guy is playing the role of Willow, and it's called Willow TV series.
Now, that's not a cartoon or anything. That's an
Oh, no,
actual.
this actual movie they shot it in Wales, so the first 8 episodes for 2022. But I don't know that day that it's gonna start airing.
Well, very good, very good. By the way, we are talking with Mario Quinones, and your last name again is,
Revolori.
and he is. Did you ever stop to think about why all this stuff happened to you? But
Yes, yes. I think to me, the way I put it is, as me, it's a gift of God because God is giving me something that I experienced in the no human being has done. And because I survived the three assassination plots, the one that they poisoned me in the hospital on the 10th day in a coma. The guy comes to take my life because I didn't die. He comes to take my life in the hospital room, and the FBI was waiting for him and caught him. He didn't even know, and he even congratulated me in a message saying, "Wow, finally you caught me. I was too busy chasing you around, but I didn't realize that I was being chased behind me." So it's just an amazing thing.
well, I'm glad that you've got such a upbeat spirit about all of that because you could have gone down the other direction and
Oh, yes, that's true. But I didn't. Fortunately, that I have a very spiritual connection with my Creator that saved me. Praying and eating healthy and exercising all the time, even when I was dying, I did. And I wrote the book. Actually, I wrote the book, Blind, Paralyzed, and Mute.
and when did that book come out?
The book is out. It's out already. It came out in June last year. June, something like that.
And how's it doing?
It's doing great. Yeah, it's doing great. I like it because people are, few sales in Japan, Germany, Holland, I mean Netherlands, and some other places, and I love that. For my story to spread
So this
around.
the book is all about your story of how you got sick and were poisoned, and your time in the hospital, and then your slow. Poisoning, it takes a long time to heal, doesn't it?
It does, because it's been 5 years and I still have, the effects, and they kill me. Sometimes I feel like my nerves are twist all over my body, and then especially the kind of poison they use. They believe there was frog venom.
So they used frog venom to poison you.
Yeah, that's what they believe. It either was a spider or dark frog or snake. Because I got the scales. I removed the scales myself from the pot. I boiled the tea myself, and they came into the house when I stepped out for 15 minutes and left the pot cooling down, and someone came and lifted the lid and poured the poison inside, and it was scales and oil and all kind of fishy things, smellless, odorless, and I removed it with my hand. I saw it myself, and when I drank two cups, in within 5 minutes I collapsed.
Oh, now you weren't alone when you collapsed, I hope.
No, I was with my daughter, and she helped me. Mhm.
Oh, very. It's a good thing she was there.
Yeah, exactly. Mhm.
Because I met your kids the last time we talked, and they're very nice people, and you can tell that they care about you a great deal.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes.
So now that you've recovered and you've written the book, and sales are going well on the book, and the name of the book again is
Dead to me, Hollywood.
"Dead to Me, Hollywood." Now there's a title for you.
Yes.
Um, and is that because you're no longer involved with Hollywood?
Uh no, I came up with that title because everything happened in the entertainment industry. Without the entertainment people involve themselves, the guy the hitman used that to get to me.
Wow. I can, it's amazing to me that you survived, because 15 days in a coma is a long time. Did you remember anything? Could you hear people? I know you heard your brother when you were in the coma.
I could hear people. I could hear fine everything I could hear what people were talking. They didn't know. No one knew that I was able to hear everything they
And
were.
that's amazing. So you were kind of like in a paralyzed state. Is that where you couldn't open your eyes but you could hear?
Well, actually, uh, they have a scale. I think it's from three to 15 in a coma. They put it on the scale. I was like about in seven, and then they consider they are on a coma already from three. When you reach the number three on the scale from 1 to 15, then that means that you are already in a coma. That according to a doctor, that means that the poison got to my brain in my body, miraculously. I'm sorry, I cannot even speak clearly, but shut my brain down and put me on a coma to avoid damages. But when you go on the 15 scale of a coma, it's impossible to come back to life because that's the
Wow.
worst thing that's allowed. And I was like at seven, I was very high. Mhm.
But do you remember what it was like when you came out of your coma?
Yes, I remember. They discharged me that day, and when I came out, and but I was dead. I mean, I was still almost dead because they brought me home, and I couldn't move for 3 months. I couldn't move. If they moved me, I could be put on the bed on the right side and stay there. Put me on my back, I stayed there. I couldn't move anything. I remember like in 3 months period, I moved the one time my thumb, and that was the first time that I got a movement in my whole
So
body.
so let me understand this. You came out of the coma and they let you out of the hospital, but you still could not move?
Still gonna move. Still
Why
gonna
did
move
they
out.
why did they send you home?
Because at that time my life was not in danger, and my relatives could take care of myself. And I chose to that because the hospital nicely told me that they could put me at a convalescent home. I don't know you are familiar with those ones, and I said no, I go home. And so I chose to go home.
Of I admire your guts and your tenacity, because that's a very hard thing. That's a very
Yeah.
hard thing. So what's the doctors say now? What did are you going to be able to have a complete recovery?
Doctor says that probably yes, it takes time. They say five to 10 years, but because I'm already, I'm not a young guy anymore. It probably won't happen because it takes 5 to 10 years. Yeah, it's been my fifth year. I'm over on my fifth year, and then so maybe I will be able to recover it. No, to recover it 100%. Maybe not, but the way I am now, I'm functional. I work perfect, and then I do things out of my voice and my vertigo and my depression, and that's gonna be there for the rest of my life, I assume. But I'm happy. I'm happy because I have such a beautiful family, my wife, my children, and everything. So I can work. I'm already writing songs. I have another book, a beautiful book, the science fiction that I'm writing. I already wrote it. Actually, I'm just revising it, making a few revisions to sell it. In fact, I'm already selling it. Yeah.
Well, very nice. What's the name of that book?
That book is Make Man Fish Me Out.
Say that again.
Meg Man Fish Me Out.
Meg Man Fish Me Out.
Hmm.
Oh, very nice. And it's a science fiction book?
Yes, sir.
What do you like to write best? Do you like science fiction or history or biography? What do you like?
I like science fiction because, believe it or not, my book, the one that is on sale now, Dead to Me Hollywood, it's kind of like no one is going to believe that it's true because I wrote it kind of like a fiction book. Mystery, fiction, and crime and everything. I made the fusion together, and it looks so beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever met anybody that actually was attempted murder by a hitman. I think you're the first one I've ever met.
Yes, actually, I had an interview with another lady about 2 weeks ago, and it was
And he's coming back. Maybe he's frozen for the moment. Oh, he's back.
and okay, all right, and it was in the in the 18th century. She told, yeah. Nowadays that doesn't work anymore, especially with such a powerful poison that they use.
Yeah, that and whichever venom it was, and they didn't know what kind of venom it was, so they didn't really have an antidote for it, did they?
No, they didn't. They didn't. I don't know that I saw the scales myself in the frog skin or snake skin because I moved it, I removed it, and I grabbed it and put it in the trash. So I know that
Oh,
that's what I know that it was any kind of amphibian venom.
so it might have been a frog venom or a another type of fish venom.
Exactly, exactly. But it actually was the skin. They used the skin, and that's why they came up with a dart frog, because the dart frog is one of the rare poisonous reptiles that the venom is on the skin and not a liquid, not sting and not bite, not nothing. It's just the skin.
Oh wow, I didn't know that it really existed.
Oh, they do. They are so deadly that you can die just instantly on the frog's venom. And they call it dark frog because in Central America and Mexico, the Indians, Aztecs, and the Mayans, and the Peruvians in Peru, I mean the Incas in Peru, use use that skin to put in the tips of their arrows to hunt and to go to wars among themselves.
Oh wow. Oh
Mhm.
wow. So now that you've been through all of this, you've written the book Dead to Me Hollywood, and you are got your science fiction book. When is that going to be published?
That one, hopefully by the end of the year, because I'm busy right now with my daughter, because we're gonna record 3 songs too that she wants to do, original songs that I wrote them too. Mhm.
Okay, can you want to pick up a guitar and play one right now?
No, but no, I don't. I don't know how to play. I don't believe it or not. I don't know how to play the guitar, not nor the piano. But I'm a teacher. I'm a voice coach, and I'm a guitar teacher, and I'm a piano teacher, and I don't know how to do it myself. But I know the notes and everything.
That makes you a wonderful teacher if you can teach without knowing how to do it.
Exactly. That's why I'm wonderful. I have nothing. I tell you something that happened to me. A real story. I was promoting a movie with my son Tony in Amsterdam, and then he went in the studio TV show, and then because he was a minor, I had to be there as his time manager and as a dad. So and they asked him, Tony, because he in that movie he won many awards as the best actor in Hollywood at that time, young actor. The way he did it, because he was so perfect on time and incredible actor. Not because he's my son, but it's a true story.
Well, of
And then
course.
they asked him in the studio. I was watching on the monitors in the waiting room, and they asked him, Tony, probably you got the best school in Hollywood to do what you do. Those You are incredible. You are so talented that no one can match what you do on camera. And then he said, uh, and they asked him what school he had attended to. And he's, I've never been to no school. The only school that I went is my dad's school. He taught me everything because I taught him how to cry in 2 seconds on cue to the two of my sons. And then they called me and they brought me in the interview. I was I was dying. I couldn't even keep it up. And they were asking me, and they couldn't believe it that this. Oh man! And then because of I look young before they poisoned me. I looked so young that they didn't even believe that I was the dad of my son. And they
Oh,
brought me in the show, and they wanted me to ask me, how in the world did you teach this guy? And I don't know how to act myself. I've been an actor, but I can you imagine?
you must be a great teacher if you can teach all these things and you don't know how to do it yourself. That's pretty good.
Yes.
That's very good. So how are you going to spend now that you're getting better and you're still, your health is going to continue to get better, I promise you.
Thank you.
What are you planning to do with the rest of your life? Are you going to be an author and write books?
I'm actually for this one, the fiction book that I'm writing. I have a series, three ones. I already wrote the first one, and I'm writing the second and the third already.
So you're going to have a trilogy.
Yeah, trilogy. Yeah.
Oh, very good. Now, with your connections in Hollywood, are you going to also put together a screenplay for it?
I have three full length, beautiful screenplays already in the books. All I need is to sell it. But I've been lazy and recovering from all this ordeal that I went through. That sometimes I feel so sad, so tired that I want to do it, and I give up easily. My emotions are very, 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 very tough, very sensitive.
Mario, I'm pretty sure that I would not ever call you lazy. I'm pretty sure that you're doing to the best of your ability based upon the limitations that you have because of the poisoning that you underwent.
Yes.
So you should be very proud of yourself, and I know your kids are very proud of you.
Oh yeah, definitely they are. Yes, for sure. Yeah, they
It-
are.
it's very good. So I hope the books go well. Then the trilogy comes out and it gets made into a movie. And the next time I interview you, you'll be like Steven Spielberg or George Lucas.
My goodness. Yeah, I hope so. I pray so, and I really appreciate your encouragement and everything that you're all the good things you're supporting
You're
me with.
you're a good man, and the two times that we've talked, I can't believe that anyone would want to harm any hair on your head because you're such an easygoing, nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's hate. Yeah, I think people nowadays don't realize that hate is so deadly and for little things. Because I make mistakes. I'm a human being, right? As a dad, as a brother, as a friend, as a man, I make mistakes, and but I'm so special that I don't know since I was a little kid I've been special, and I tell people I'm for my books. I'm writing another book based, believe it or not, it's not a lie, based on revelations, visions, and how do you call it, in dreams that I get, real dreams, real revelation, real things that I hear and that I see with my own eyes, with my own ears. Impossible to believe that happened to me. And then I have a journal that I wanna write that one, a memoir based on those revelations. Okay, and I wanna call it the lines on my palm of my hand, because even that I'm so different. My lines on my palm of my hand, I have checked everybody. No one matches the lines. No one that I've seen. I seen hundreds of people trying to check if they had my lines, and even for that, I'm a different.
You're a survivor, that's for sure.
Yeah, look at the lines on the palm of my hand.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had a palm reader on recently. She could tell me what that means.
All
I
right,
don't know what that means, but she could tell me.
all right.
So Mario, it's great to have you here, and I'm glad you're feeling well. I'm not going to take too much of the interview because, or too much longer, because I want you to get some rest and to feel good.
All right.
And I know that how hard it is for you to get and up and to do this, and I really appreciate you coming on the show today.
For sure. For sure.
And I encourage everybody to go get the book, and the name of the book again is
Dead to me, Hollywood.
Dead to Me Hollywood. That's a great title. I love that title.
Oh,
And I really appreciate you, and I wish you a complete and speedy recovery. And I know everybody that's going to listen to this or watch it now or in the future is going to really feel for you, because you've been through a lot. And at the end of the day, you still have a family that loves you and cares for you, and you're not giving up. You're moving forward, and that's as positive as it comes.
thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. And
Well, and is there anything that you would like to tell our audience before we wrap this up?
yes, sir. Please, a few things. Please buy the book, because it's gonna make changes in everyone that has an opportunity to read it in their lives. Because it's such a wonderful truth. It's not a single lie that I'm saying in the book, and it's so inspirational, and it's so productive, and it's so healthy. So that's one thing. Another thing is never give up. In life, we never give up. I went through many troubles and tribulations, and I never gave up. From the very moment that I was about to give up, I said no, I won't. So that's the key of in life, is never give up, and until you're gone. When you're gone, that's on that time you give up. And to help ourselves, it's important to eat healthy, to exercise, and to meditate or pray, whatever you want to choose, whatever you want to call it. But if you pray or you meditate to something higher than us, that's the key to success, and to overcome any kind of troubles that we face in life. That's my advice for the audience.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And by the way, I'll just let everybody know that you were poisoned. You're in a coma for 15 days. The hitman is now in prison for the rest of his life, and your family is there for you, and they still care for you, and they still love you, and that is so important. And I really really wish you the very best of everything. And because there's a reason why you did not die. is because you've got more here to do.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
And I applaud you for that. And I want to thank you for being on the program today.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much.
Stay right there, Mario, and I'll be right back. Thanks for enjoying this episode all the way to the end. Please give us a like and subscribe to this channel. This has been a production of kmmedia.pro. Please visit our website, oddly enough, named kmmedia.pro, for more details about us and our mission, which is to provide great positive programming designed to inspire us all. I'm Kevin McDonald, and I'm proud of these shows, and I truly hope that you'll like them and share them with friends and family. So on behalf of our entire team, remember, be kind to each other because each other's all we've got. We'll see you next time.